my name is Ilona and today is Thursday, August 31st, 2023, and I'm not sure if you're experiencing the energy now with the full moon, the supermoon, the blue moon, but I'm really noticing it. Yesterday I was just exhausted and I kind of woke up this morning tired, so I'm just taking my time, taking some rest when I need it, but it's an interesting energy. It's a very, very heavy energy, at least to me. So let me know in the reactions if you've noticing this energy, and it's just so much going on now. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'd like to look at a few questions and then just take like 3 or 4 cards so I can answer more questions. This is just an experiment, so let me know if you enjoyed this or that you prefer the other method I use. And first, this entire video will be about the weather and the weather manipulation. So the first questions I'm going to look at is Harp. That is H-A-A-R-P. Is it still under control by the dark energies? My feeling is that it's already taken over most of it by the whitehead. So I'm just gonna look at that. And the second question is, what do the dark energies still have? They, of course, started certain weapons also in the past. And then, of course, now we're going to see the result of that. I think the hurricanes and tornadoes, most of it already been done in the past. And the whiteheads try to take over as much as possible, try to make sure it doesn't get completely out of hand. But usually when something has already started, it's very difficult to stop that. And if you want to stop that, it could create even more chaos. So most of the time they just let that happen, but make sure it doesn't get completely out of hand. But there's not much they can do about that. Of course, the direct energy weapons that they've used in Hawaii, there's of course different weapons and they can of course still use those things. But the second question, I will look at the things they still have concerning the weather. And the third question is really the energy of Mother Earth, because I also have a feeling that Mother Earth is kind of trying to balance out all this manipulation that's been going on. So the first question is Harp, and these are the cards I got. I've got the Judgment card, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups for this question, the energy. So to me it feels like most of it's been cleared. Most of it is in the hands of the whiteheads. So especially Harp and all these installations. It's still possible they still have small installations under dark energies control, but to me most of it's been cleared. It's in the hand of the whiteheads. But things will be coming out, especially with the Knight of Swords. To me, more and more of this is going to come out. It's very important that the people and humanity understands how much manipulation has been going on with the weather. Of course, the dark energies are still trying to drive this narrative with climate and all these things happening around the world has to do with climate. But really, people are seeing through that as well. And it's necessary, again, also to wake up people and to show people that these are all manipulation. It's all fabricated. So I do believe that most of it is already under control by the whiteheads, but we're going to see more information about this, more things coming out to really let people know what's been going on, how much manipulation's been happening for so long with floods, with rain, with droughts, with all these things are happening, earthquakes, tornadoes. It needs to be known. Humanity needs to know how the levels of manipulation, and it's going to come out more and more. And it probably will be coming out, well, especially with the Judgment card. That to me is like a wake-up call, bringing things out, getting them out, so people will understand what's going on, because we need to know before we can truly heal. We need to know what's going on concerning the weather, of course, also the stripes in the sky. Everything is connected and more things will be coming out. So my second question is, what do the dark energies still have? I've got the Chariot, I've got the Six of Pentacles, and I've got the Judgment card. So again, I have a feeling most of it, especially with the Justice card, is already taken care of, but they still have like these disruptive weapons they can still use. So something like an earthquake, or what happened, of course, in Hawaii. I do think they still have some of those weapons, but things are being balanced out, and the whiteheads are, how to say this, on top of those things, which means that if they use it, then they immediately take care of that and take care of those weapons. Of course, you will have the damage, obviously. Look at what happened in Hawaii. But it's necessary, they're on top of that, and justice will be served. But I still believe there can still be some earthquakes, fires. They can still try to create things with drones. It wouldn't surprise me if they still have that. But that's about the things they still have. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I think most of it has already been cleared, and I don't think they have this massive weapon still for the entire Earth scale. They would have used it by now. They need the chaos. They need the, how to say this, the lower frequency. So I believe that, with Hawaii, they could have used that on other islands or even bigger scale or different cities as well. So my feeling is that they don't have that much under their control anymore, but they can still do damage. But most of it, the whiteheads they are very ready, if they use it, to jump in right away to take care of it. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, it is a chess game, and not everything the dark energies still have is known to the whiteheads, but most of it has been taken care of. That's the feeling I'm getting. And the third question is, of course, about Mother Earth. I've got the Knight of Cups. I've got the High Priest. I got the Ten of Cups. And very interesting enough, I felt I needed to get another card, and that's the Ten of Swords. And this is very suitable because that's the feeling I'm getting. Mother Earth is fed up with these dark energies. I already talked about this planetary phase that we are now ending, like the Maya calendar. And this energy from the dark energies, the High Priest card is for me always the dark energies. It's done. Mother Earth is done with this energy. She wants to go to this beautiful earth, this beautiful different energy. So sometimes she can be very abrupt in how she balances things and try to rebalance what's been happening, because the manipulations have been on such a deep level, and of course her energy has been changed. They've tried to create all these negative energies. They've really hurt Mother Earth on so many ways, and Mother Earth is done with it. This is coming to an end. She doesn't want this anymore. She wants to balance it. She wants to go to this just beautiful new energy. She's already in that new energy, but we're now seeing the outside world changing to align with that. But things can happen. Radical things can happen, especially with the Ten of Swords. You're done with something. So sometimes even from Mother Earth, radical things, maybe volcanoes exploding, or maybe also earthquakes or floods. Things like that can happen to balance out what's been done to her for all these times, to balance out these energies, to clear out these energies. So we also have Mother Earth in a way working with this as well, and trying to create this beautiful world energy where everything is in harmony. We live in harmony. We live in harmony with each other, with the animals, with the earth, the energies around us, with each other. It's the most important thing, that humanity lives together with each other. And she really is working towards that. I think she already feels that energy, and it's now, things need to change, things need to be healed, and it can be happening very abruptly and very radically, I do believe. So this is the answers I get for those 3 questions. In my Dutch video, I looked at the energy of for the weather for the Netherlands and for Belgium. But in this video, I'd like to take a look at, of course, worldwide. So I'm just going to spread it around a little bit, because of course I can't look at everywhere in the world. So I'm going to look at, America, more North America, and maybe some South America in that area. So I'm going to have 4 cards for that. I'm also going to look at Asia, although it is big. So I'm just going to see kind of, I'm not going to look at specific countries. And I also just see, maybe something else comes out. So I'm keeping it open because I do believe in Australia there's so much going on there as well with the climate. So I might take a look at that as well. Someone asked me to take a look at Australia as well. So I might get some cards for that as well. But the first is going to be more North America, I think. I think I should separate that. So this is more of an experiment, so we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to look at more North America. I'm going to look at South America, I think. I'm going to look at Asia and then Australia. So keep it a bit simple. Let's see the cards for North America. We have the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Strength card. We've got the Nine of Swords. I have a feeling I should get another one. And we've got the Moon. Okay, that's interesting. South America, we have the King of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of things have already been happening in South America, especially with the influence of the White Hats. Asia, which of course is humongous, how to say this, space as well. Temperance. We've got the Six of Pentacles and the Star card. And I wanted to take a look at Australia. We've got the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Eight of Cups. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So let's see. This is Australia. Well, first we're going to look at North America. So that's more like the United States of America and Canada. And we've got the Strength card. We've got the Page of Cups. We've got the Nine of Swords and the Moon. I do believe that there's still some fear. There's going to be some things happening in America. In certain parts, we've got, of course, if I'm not mistaken, in Florida right now, a hurricane or a tornado is going on. But things with the water will happen. Things with the air will continue to happen. But ultimately, people will find the strength to pull through this. It's necessary also to bring other energies. But the dark energies want to create chaos. They want to create this. But it has to do with the air. And it has to do with the water. And it also has to do with like fear coming out. We also know there are a lot of fires been going on in Canada. It's just really they're trying to create as much chaos as possible. And I do believe that the White Hats are also using certain things like fires to clear certain areas, to still work through certain things. But it can create a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. So I think that it will continue, but Strength card is there as well. So ultimately, I think people will pull through that. But there's still some things happening in the air. Like I said, tornadoes, hurricanes, and floods. So I do believe things with the water will happen as well in North America. But ultimately, people will pull through. And people will be strong enough to handle that. Interesting thing is in South America, we have the King of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. To me, it feels like things there are better under control for some reason. Like it's more along the line of harmony. There's still things can happen there, but the White Hats are more on top of things there. Maybe they are clearing still some things there. We do know in Peru there is this probably Project Bluebeam thing going on. So it could be that they're more active in that area to make sure everything goes more smoothly and gets in line with this new world we're working towards. But they're working through a plan. So I have a feeling that in that area, there'll be maybe more, how to say it, less. There can still things happening, but I believe the White Hats are on top of that and working through that in South America. That's the feeling I'm getting. Interesting. So I don't think very radical things are going to happen there. I think there will be more anxiety and fear in North America than in South America. And then we have the, let's just say the Asia part. We have Temperance. We have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Star card. This is, there's water there, again, things happening with the water, but there's again more balance. It's bringing balance back. and there is protection from the off-worlders. So in Asia there is more protection. Still things can happen, but it's also to balance things out, to bring back that balance in, how do you say that? Rebalancing everything. So it's in Asia more a part of rebalancing things. And there is help from the off-worlders. They are really truly helping along to make sure still things can happen obviously, but it's trying to make sure there are not as many victims as the dark energies hope. Although I'm feeling in Asia a lot of it is also Mother Nature trying to restore the energy there. There are a lot of spiritual countries there. There's been a lot of abuse of energies to, use it for the dark energies. They've created maybe some dark energy parts there, and that needs to be rebalanced as well. That's the feeling I'm getting with Asia. And the last is Australia, and see, people are working and moving away. They're working very hard to move away from this. So there's still, of course, a lot with rain, floods right now, but people are moving away from that. They're working very hard to get away from this. So I think this is like the end part of that period, and ultimately they will get out of it. But right now it can be I read there were so many rain falling, and it's of course part of the cleansing as well, but it's really, they're moving away from this in Australia. That's the feeling I'm getting, and people are working hard to get away from this, from everything that has to do with all these Australia was really hit hard with, of course, what happened the past 3.5 years, and there's just a different energy there that needs to be balanced and needs to be corrected. But working hard there. So there still can be some of course happening with the water, but they're really working hard to get out of that, and ultimately they will leave this behind. They will leave this period behind. So this is what I've got. Let me know how you feel about this, or that you prefer the other method, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.